Sound check one, sound check one.
Good morning, everyone. Clerk Trenum, oh, we don't have Clerk Trenum today. Do we? Oh, yes, there he is. Okay, Clerk Trenum, could you please confirm that quorum is present?
Apologies, Mayor. Yes, we have quorum present today.
No apology, Anita. That's not a problem at all. Thanks very much, then. I want to welcome everybody to the council meeting. We have quorum present. I want to say good morning to all who are joining us. We have the members of council around the table, Councillor Francis, Councillor Taddison, Councillor Jackson, Councillor Beattie, Councillor Clark, Councillor Cooper, Councillor Kassar, Councillor Wang, Councillor Alex Wilson, Councillor Kretsch, and Councillor Maureen Wilson. And joining us online, we have Councillor Esther Pauls. So good morning. And with that quorum present, I'd like to call the meeting of City Council to order this morning and ask folks, as you are able, to stand for the national anthem, please. Thanks, everyone. Please be seated. The City of Hamilton is situated upon the traditional territories of the Erie, Neutral, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas. This land is covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, which was an agreement between the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe to share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. We further acknowledge that this land is covered by the Between the Lakes Purchase 1792 between the Crown and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. Today, the City of Hamilton is home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, North America, and we recognize that we must do more to learn about the rich history of this land so that we can better understand our roles as residents, neighbours, partners, and caretakers. Members are reminded that all electronic devices are to be switched to a non-audible function during council meetings. Members are also reminded of the 5-minute time limit when asking questions and/or making a statement, and that no member of council shall speak more than once on any matter at a council meeting without passing a motion to do so. So on that, we're on to the approval of the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Councillor Maureen Wilson? Oh, sorry. Forgetting our... Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Horvath. Just requesting that under the GIC 26-002 minutes, item 11.3, I'd request that we go into closed session for that item, please.
Okay, can you repeat the item, please, so that I make sure I get it?
GIC 26-002. Item 11.3.
11.3. Okay, thank you. And Councillor Francis.
Thank you, Mayor Horvath. Just to be completely crystal clear, we might be talking about the same thing, but I have it as 11.5, and that's what I was going to raise as well.
Okay, can I look to the clerks to clarify here? 7.6. 11.2.
Yeah, so through you, Mayor, 11.5 was a withdrawn report with the notation that it will be brought forward to a future meeting. So we don't have it currently on the agenda today.
Okay, so in fact, it is then 11.3. Are they in any way related?
Sorry,
Just
no,
to
11.3 is a separate item, so we'll have the reason for closed available to be read out when we're ready to go into closed at that time. 11.5, I don't know if the councillor had a question related to it, but it is not currently on the agenda today to go into closed session on.
Okay, Councillor Francis, please.
Thank you. And the only reason I raised that because it was exact same, like CM 26002. That's what I have here too. So that's why I was confused, but I appreciate the clarification. So it was on the GIC agenda for last week. It was withdrawn sort of last minute by staff. I was then told subsequently that it would be brought forward today and it's not on today's agenda. So just hoping for an explanation of why it's not here and when we will see that.
Okay, thanks, Councillor Francis. I'll see if I can get some clarification from the clerk or from the city manager.
Yeah, I'll touch on it first. The item was withdrawn just for considerations of confidentiality as well as ensuring that as much information can really be rewritten to make sure it's in public, so that there'd be a public report with just a minimized confidential appendix that supported it. I think there's some more operational work that needed to be done in terms of preparing that work, so it just wasn't ready for today. I can look to the bench if there's anything further, but that's my knowledge of it at present.
Thank you. City Manager Clucky?
Through you, Madam Mayor, that's correct. Upon further review, the memo didn't have, the memo could be partially in open, and we want to be as transparent as possible. So staff are working on the memo that is the open session portion so that we can have both an open and a closed, and that should come to the next GIC.
Okay, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you. I'll look forward to it at the next GIC meeting then. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Francis. I don't see any further folks wanting to speak to the agenda as it has been amended. Then can I have a motion to approve the agenda? Moved by Councillor Beattie, seconded by Councillor Kassar. Please indicate by hand whether you're in favor of the agenda as amended. That carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Declarations of interest. Members of council, are there any declarations of interest? Seeing none, we'll move on to skip over 4 because we have no ceremonial activities, and on to 5, approval of minutes of previous meeting. 5.1, January 21, 2026. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the January 21, 2026 meeting as presented? Moved by Councillor Cooper, seconded by Councillor Beattie. Any discussion on these minutes, folks? No, we'll go to a show of hands then on the minutes. All those in favor? Any opposed? That carries. Thanks very much. No items for information, so we're on to committee recommendations. If there are no objections, council will receive the GIC budget minutes from January 23rd to 2026 to January 30th, 2026 in one motion. But I failed to do something off the hop of the meeting, and if I can beg your indulgence, I don't usually do this, but there's some events that have happened recently, yesterday, and I thought I meant to say this over at the very beginning. So can I just say, I beg your indulgence for a few words about something I think that all of us need to reflect upon. Two things, if you don't mind. One is that I did attend on behalf of the city at the invitation of Gunner Sebastian Christian Hamadjian. I attended his service, his graveside military service on behalf of the city of Hamilton, and it was a moment of deep mourning and deep difficulty for everyone present and for the entire service across the country. And so wanted to let you know that I did that on our behalf. And also, of course, we have another tragic situation, and we're holding the community of Tumbler Ridge in our thoughts following yesterday's extremely tragic shooting. On behalf of the City of Hamilton, I wanted to extend our condolences to the victims, their loved ones, and to everyone impacted by this heartbreaking act of senseless violence. To Mayor Daryl Krakoa, as a fellow mayor, I know how deeply violence like this affects a community in its schools, its workplaces, around the kitchen tables, and please know that Hamilton is thinking of you during this incredibly difficult time. And now, may I ask, and this is certainly your prerogative, for just a moment of silence. If we could stand in a reflection, a moment of silence for all of the communities. They're in so much pain right now. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. So as I was saying, if it's all right, we're going to go to the both of the committee meeting minutes together. So all of them rather, 7.1 to 7.5, General Issues Committee 2026 Budget Operating and Capital Budget Minutes. Councillor Maureen Wilson, may I please have a motion to receive the General Issues Committee 2026 Budget Operating and Capital Budget Minutes for the meetings held on January 23rd, 2026, 27, 2026, 28, 2026, 29, 2026, and January 30th, 2026.
Thank you. It's moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Craig Kazar, that the minutes, as read out by Mayor Horvath, be received.
Thank you. Speakers to those minutes, I have Councillor Clark.
Oops, I did.
I'm sorry? Where are you? There you are.
Only.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do it, Clerk? Because we both did it at the same time and canceled it off.
We're all good at pushing buttons.
Okay, please go ahead,
Now
Councillor
we're
Clark.
ready. There we go. My apologies. That's too funny. So in the January 23rd General Issues Budget Meeting, GICB 26-002, I'd like to lift for separate vote items 7.2, under 7.1, items 7.2 and 7.3.
Okay,
So one is the Mayor's Memorandum 2026 budget. That's 7.2, and 7.3 is the 2026 tax budget overview. So if we could have separate votes on that.
okay,
that'd be
absolutely.
great.
No
Thank
problem
you.
at all. We'll lift those. Any further speakers to these minutes? Seeing none, then we'll go to the vote on 7.1 first, and then we'll take the balance of those other minutes after that. So 7.1, particularly item 7.2 on the 7.1 minutes of the General Issues Committee 2026 budget held on January 23rd. Correct. Okay, so then we'll just go to is it a electronic vote do we have on these separate minutes?
It's only to receive the information, so it can be a hand vote, but as was lifted, I might presume the counselor is looking for electronic.
Yes, recorded vote.
Recorded vote is
Okay,
requested.
all right. So we'll get that vote up first, please. That's defeated in a tie, 7-7. Thanks very much. Oh, I'm sorry. Just to receive, yeah. Oh, that's thumbs up, same vote as before. And that's defeated 5-9. Thank you. We're now on to the next item in that set of minutes, which is 7.3. Again, calling for a separate vote. That's the minutes of January 28th, if I'm not, oh no, same minutes, 23rd, item 7.3. And we'll go to the electronic vote, please. And that's defeated 6-8. Thanks very much. We are now on to the balance of those, of that set of minutes, which is the first set of minutes. So can we have that vote separately and then the rest, or all the rest together? All the rest together? Okay, unless there's anybody else, which I don't see anybody asking. Okay, so then let's go on to the balance of those minutes, please. Oh, that's just a show of hands, sorry. All those in favor? Any opposed? That's carried. Thanks very much. We are now on to 7.6, which is the minutes of the Public Works Committee, February 2nd, 2026. I believe that we have the motion from Councillor Nan to receive and approve the recommendations within the Public Works Committee minutes of February 2nd, 2026. And when they are on the floor, then Councillor Nan's not here, so Councillor Alex Wilson will be bringing them. Can I just hold for 1 sec, and then we'll ask for the separate on 11.3. So, oh, there's Councillor Nan. Just in the nick of time, Councillor Nan, to put your motion forward. Good job. Please go ahead, Councillor Nan. Oh, I'm so sorry. Jeez.
Thank you so much, Mayor. That the PWC report 26002, being the minutes of the Public Works Committee meeting held on Monday, February 2nd, 2026, be received and the recommendations contained therein be approved. And seconded by my vice chair, our vice chair, Councillor Kassar.
Okay, thanks very much. They are now on the floor, and so I would ask Councillor Wilson to bring forward, if I'm not mistaken, is that the one you asked for? No. Okay, I've put it in the wrong spot then. Okay, so then is there any other speakers? We have a speakers list of Councillor Taddison first, and then following with Councillor Crutch and Councillor Clark. Please go ahead, Councillor Taddison.
I would like a separate vote on 9.4 PW 26021, increase to capital budgets, inflationary and tariff impacts citywide. Thank you.
Is that all, Councillor Taddison?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Well, so can you just repeat what you said?
I'd like a separate vote on 9.4,
9.4.
increase to capital budgets, inflationary and tariff impacts.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Crutch.
Same as Councillor Taddison in the dissenting minority on a vote, 10.2. And I'll read the title out just so everyone knows what it is. Separate vote for 10.2, which is removal and replacement of the city-owned linden tree at 28 Battlefield Drive in Stony Creek. Not wishing to speak on it, just a separate vote, to be clear. Thank you.
Okay. And Councillor Clark.
Thank you, Mayor. I believe it is 9.2, just checking it. So it's I just wanted to speak to it briefly. It's the Confederation Beach Park Management Agreement renewal.
Yes.
Can I speak to it now?
Sure.
Okay. I just want to thank staff and council. I'm putting my hat on as chair of the Hamilton Conservation Authority. They were very pleased to have this agreement renewed. The HCA has developed a wonderful relationship with the city of Hamilton, specifically on this particular project. From this project, the HCA earns approximately $400,000 a year in earned revenue, which is really helpful to the Conservation Authority. So having this renewal in the manner that it is excellent. So I just wanted to thank everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So then we'll go to the votes that have been asked to be separated out, starting with 9.2. Sorry, I have 9.2, 9.4, and 10.2. Didn't Councillor Taddison ask for 9.2 to be separated out for a separate vote? Oh, okay. I apologize then. Oh, so you just wanted to speak to that one. I apologize. Thank you. So 9.4 then. We'll go to the electronic vote. And that carries 12 to 3. Thanks very much. And then on to 10.2. Removal and replacement of city-owned linden tree at 28 Battlefield Drive, Stony Creek. Oh. And that carries 10 to 5. Thanks very much. All right, and then on the balance of these minutes, please, the Public Works, the Public Works Committee meeting on electronic vote. Thank you. And that carries 15 to 0. Thanks very much, everyone. We're now on to item 7.7, which is PLC 26-0002, Planning Committee, February 3rd, 2026. Councillor Tattison, may I please have a motion to receive and approve the recommendations within the Planning Committee's minutes of February 3rd, 2026, and receive the correspondence item. Please go
Moved
ahead.
by Councillor M. Tattison, seconded by Councillor M. Wilson, that PLC 26002, being the minutes of the Planning Committee meeting held on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, be received and the recommendations contained therein be approved, that the following correspondence be received. Correspondence from Rita Campbell respecting minutes item 8.1, report PED 26022, remnant commercial zones, addition of lands to the commercial and mixed-use zones, transit-oriented corridor zones, and the utility U2 zone in zoning bylaw number 05-200 CI25J citywide, item 7.7A. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Councillor Jackson has an amendment to item 8.1, I believe, in the report PED 26022 on the same item on the remnant commercial zones, addition of lands to the commercial and mixed-use zones, transit-oriented corridor zones, and utility U2 zone in zoning bylaw number 05-200 CI25J citywide. Councillor Jackson, can you please introduce your amendment?
Thank you, Your Worship, and good morning, Mayor Horvath. Moved by myself, seconded by former Minister and current Councillor, Ward 15, Ted McMeekin. Whereas the City has prepared this amending bylaw as you read out, whereas the draft zoning bylaw amendment proposes to change the zoning for the lands located at 1725 Stone Church Road East, 140 Mud Street, the parcels and concessions noted therein, noted as the lands from the Prestige Business Park M3 zone to the District Commercial New Special Exemption number 828 New Holding Provision number 135, numbers noted, whereas the draft zoning bylaw amendment proposes new holding provision number 135, which states no development shall be permitted until such time as A, the owners have submitted their architectural and urban design guidelines document describing the overall community structure of the subject lands, providing built form landscaping guidelines to ensure that the physical design of the site is consistent with the overall intended character and design vision for neighborhood heritage green lands to the east in accordance with the urban site specific policy UHC-12 to the satisfaction of the Director of Planning and Chief Planner. And whereas the owner has submitted a site plan application on February 9th, which included the required architectural urban design guidelines document to implement the planned development of these lands in accordance with the policies and regulations of the city's official plan UHOP and zoning bylaw 05-200, therefore be it resolved. Could I get to the part, Mayor Horvath, which is the referral part?
Please go
everything
ahead.
else is well known to the, especially to the planning committee members. Therefore be it resolved that item 8.1 of the planning committee minutes 26-002 for the meeting held on February 3rd be amended as follows. If my colleagues would join me, please, in going to B, Roman numeral 3. that the draft zoning proposed for 1725 Stone Church Road East, -140 Mud Street, those parcels and concession noted, be referred back to staff for a meeting with the property owner to review the need for the new holding provision number 135 as a site plan application was submitted to the city on February 9th, and for staff to review the required architectural urban design guidelines submitted with the site plan application. Can I at least comment as to why I'm asking to be referred, Mayor Horvath?
Sure, please, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, I sent an email in the last 12, 14 hours to give everyone a heads up and alert. I want to thank Deputy Clerk Pilon, Elsie Kelsey, and especially Acting Chief Planner Anita Fabek for helping me with this. I apologize to Planning Committee. I had 6 appointments on site on February 3rd that were scheduled well in advance of the Planning Committee agenda that came out, hence my non-attendance on February 3rd to do this exact very thing. I have much familiarity with this file for the last 4 or 5 years. It's what used to be called the earlobe up in the upper part of the escarpment there along Stone Church Road, abutting the upper Red Hill Valley Parkway. It's the last piece of the Heritage Green known as Heritage Landings. I helped with there through staff's wonderful support and past council support, helped them with the conversion from manufacturing industrial to commercial designation. And here we are at this point where they had been working on the architectural design plan that is required for this site to move forward with development. And concurrently, staff had brought forward their recommendation for the H holding. My concern was simply that the applicant, if the H holding stuck and stayed today, and wasn't referred back, they would trigger another process for them, literally starting up another similar application for what they have just submitted to staff, which staff just simply didn't have enough time and require the next 2-3 weeks to review, which may hopefully avoid duplication and unnecessary expense going through another process that literally would run concurrently with what the applicant has already submitted. And so I just wanted to give staff additional time by referring this back, Mayor Horvath, and let them review and determine if what has been submitted is sufficient to remove the H holding. Seconded by Councillor McMeekin. Thank you, Mayor Horvath.
Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Councillor Tattison, please.
I just wanted to make some comments on 8.2. Is that the appropriate time now?
Is that, that's not the one we're on right now. So is there anything, anybody speaking to 8.1? Councillor Alex Wilson, please. Please, oh, sorry.
Thank you. Through you, Chair, just a question to staff. What I heard at Planning Committee was that previously we were able to include these types of considerations at site plan and through our processes, but as a result of provincial legislation, what was formerly a mandatory approval no longer is binding. And so that was some of the reason for the holding provision. Hearing just in this motion that potentially a different answer with more time would come up. So I thought this was asked at committee and answered that no, more time wouldn't lead to a different outcome because it's the provincial policy that's the issue here. Just wondering, in spite of with that, is that the tension there? Is there an ability for staff to work through this and come to a different outcome with respect to the holding provision, maybe outside of the impacts of provincial legislation, like clear up issues? I'm just trying to understand the context of the tension there.
Okay, GM Prasad.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. And through the mayor, there is been a lot of changes in provincial policy. So, you know, some of it is you would think would make processes faster, but they've actually stifled our ability to do some of the things that we have created in the past to allow for, you know, lack of duplication, as Councillor Jackson noted, and unnecessary expenses. So from our perspective, we have on this particular application, I'm going to get to your question too, but on this particular application, we have received the architectural and the Heritage Urban Design Guidelines Plan, and we are considering whether we still need the holding provision on that. In terms of the actual operating of how that condition might work, I'm going to pass it on to Acting Chief Planner Anita Fabek to maybe just talk about how the provincial legislative changes have impacted us, if at all, on this.
Thank you. Acting Director Fabek, please.
Through the chair to the councillor. In terms of the Planning Act and legislative requirements, there would be challenges to require those studies as part of a complete application. What has been submitted to us earlier this week is a submission that includes those studies. So because they were submitted to the city, they can be reviewed. So I guess the nuanced tension there is the difference between requiring the application and them submitting it of their own accord and then us reviewing it. So because they've submitted it, we would certainly review it through the site plan process.
Councillor Wilson?
Thank you. That certainly helps me understand this. Could I just have one clarifying question? So there's the requirement to have the study done, and then I'm imagining any recommendations that come out of that are actually implementation is a secondary process. If we come to an agreement around the study that's been completed, are staff comfortable that without a holding provision, any risks with respect to implementation, we're not worried about that from the city's perspective?
Acting Director Fepe?
Through the chair to the councillor, no, there's no concerns. Through the submission of the study, they've demonstrated that they're willing to implement those measures. So through the site plan process, we would look at through which plans and what requirements would need to be implemented, either through conditions or through being shown on the different drawings.
Thank you. It makes sense and happy to support.
Okay, thanks, Councillor Wilson. I see no more speakers on this item, so we'll then go to the amendment, and that's an electronic vote, please. So I'll please identify your vote. And that carries 15-0. Thanks. Congratulations, Councillor Jackson. So then further, I believe we have Councillor Tattison on the rest of the minutes. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you, Mayor. I just want to speak to 8.2 application for a zoning bylaw amendment for lands located at 2655 Fletcher Road. That's Glenbrook in Ward 11. So what we did here at committee is this is going to allow a high school to be built in Pembroke, a much needed asset, something I could not have imagined 3 years ago. I wanted to thank the Hamilton District Catholic School Board, who are opening their doors to all students of high school age in the catchment area, regardless of their faith. This new build will keep high school students that live in town and on the rural roads closer to home and alleviating the crowding that's happening at Bishop Ryan. So I just wanted to thank the committee for that and the Catholic School Board. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further speakers to any of the items in this particular Planning Committee minutes? Seeing none, we'll then go to the electronic vote. That carries 15-0. Thanks very much. We're now on to 7.8 and 12.2 GIC 26-002 General Issues Committee, February 4th, 2026. Councillor Clark, may I please have a motion to receive, approve the recommendations within the General Issues Committee's open and closed minutes of February 4th, 2026.
Thank you, Mayor. Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Robert Cooper, that GIC 26-002 be in the open session minutes of the General Issue Committee meeting held on Wednesday, February the 4th, 2026, item 7.8 be received and the recommendations contained therein be approved, and B, that the closed session minutes of the General Issues Committee meeting held on Wednesday, February the 4th, 2026, item 12.2 be approved as presented and remain confidential.
Thanks very much. I believe we had Councillor Wilson wanting to address item 11.3 in these minutes. Is that correct, Councillor Maureen Wilson?
Thank you. I'm seeking a deferral of the minutes to enable council to go into closed for 11.3. It's moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Alex Wilson, please.
Okay, so we'll have a vote on the deferral motion. I believe that's an electronic vote, but I might be wrong, so let's ask the clerk.
You can do it by vote of hands unless
We can
somebody
do it by
requests
hand?
electronic.
Okay, so then, all those in favor? Any opposed? That carries. So that's then deferred until the closed session, and we'll deal with all of it coming out of, once we come out of closed. So thanks very much. On to AF and A 7.9 to 26-002 Audit, Finance and Administration Committee, February 5th, 2026. Councillor Beattie, may I please have a motion to receive and approve the recommendations within the Audit, Finance and Administration Committee's minutes of February 5th, 2026?
Thank you, Mayor. It's my pleasure to bring forward the minutes of the Audit, Finance and Committee minutes from Thursday, February 5th, moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Mark Tattison.
Thanks very much. Are there any items within the minutes that members would like to speak to, amend, or have voted on separately? I see nobody in the queue, so we'll go to the electronic vote, please. That carries 15-0. Thanks very much. 7.10 ESC 26-001 Emergency and Community Services Committee, February 5th, 2026. Councillor Clark, may I please have a motion to receive and approve the recommendations within the Emergency and Community Services Committee's minutes of February 5th, 2026?
Thank you, Mayor. Moved by myself and Vice Chair Councillor Tammy Wang that ECS 26-001 being the minutes of the Emergency and Community Services Committee meeting held on Thursday, February the 5th, 2026, item 7.10, be received and the recommendations contained therein be approved.
Okay, thanks so very much. We have Councillor Jackson on these minutes. Please go ahead, Councillor Jackson.
Thank you, Mayor Horvath. 8.1, can I proceed?
Sure, please go ahead.
Thank you. Use of Indigenous themes and logos in city facilities policy. I want to thank Councillor Huang, who brought this forward, wanting to capture not just recreational facilities, which was the original direction, but all municipal buildings. I think something like 1,700 properties we own across the city, which includes parks and open spaces, but all the municipal buildings along with rec centers, arenas as well. And I just want to, as I said at ECS committee, Mayor Horvath, I am just so happy. I have such a joy in my heart of the spirit of how we're proceeding with logos, Indigenous themes. I want to congratulate head of our Urban Affairs Indigenous Department, Director Kate Laforme. I want to thank General Manager Mader for her leadership overall. And Manager Beth Dockstader. This is such a wonderful, collaborative, cooperative, cohesive direction that we're moving in for our municipality to understand some of the unpleasantries of the past, but moving forward to correct those unpleasantries without necessarily displacement or dismantling. And I'm just so proud and pleased of the report that was brought forward. And the direction, if I interpreted it correctly, is that the department will look at open opportunities where maybe there's bareness on that municipal building and nothing is named, and an opportunity for Indigenous consideration. And also, if there is to be an exchange or a displacement, hypothetically, I hope there never is, but if there is for whatever reasons, that there'll be full engagement within the Indigenous community first and foremost, but in my humble opinion, most importantly, across the city and with citizens at large as well. And I just want to speak to an example with this council's support this term, the changing of the name of the Quad Pad Arena to the LiUNA 4Ice Center. There was concerns that was raised by Councillor Cassar as chair of the Facility Naming Committee that we wanted to ensure that the Mohawk Sports Park name would be preeminent and prominent throughout. And what a wonderful hybrid we did with the donation from LiUNA to help with the maintenance and capital costs of that beautiful arena in my ward. It is now the Leuna 4-Ice Center at Mohawk Sports Park. And I just think this is such a great opportunity, and we could, as a city, be a model moving forward in this direction, and I'm so strongly supportive. Thanks, Mayor Horvath.
Thanks, Councillor Jackson. I don't see any further speakers wishing to speak on these minutes, so we will then go to the electronic vote, please. That carries 15 to 0. Thanks very much. Okay, so now we are on to suspension of the rules. Councillor Clark, may I please have the motion to suspend the rules respecting the notice provision to introduce the minutes of the Special General Issues Committee meeting held yesterday on February 10th. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you. It's moved by myself and seconded by Councillor Robert Cooper that Section 5.83 of the city's procedural bylaw 21-021 as amended, which provides that a minimum of 2 days shall pass before the minutes of a standing committee, the selection committee, or other committee that reports directly to council is presented to council to provide adequate opportunity for review, be suspended in order to consider the minutes of the Special General Issues Committee meeting held on Tuesday, February the 10th. 2026.
Thanks very much. So duly moved and seconded. Anybody want to speak to this particular motion? There's a two-thirds majority required for a suspension of the rules. So can we then go to the electronic vote, please? And that carries 15 to 0. Thanks very much. So away we go. 7.11 and GIC 26 at 7.11 and 12.3. Sorry, GIC 26-003 Special General Issues Committee, February 10th, 2026. Councillor Clark, may I please have a motion to receive, approve the recommendations within the General Issues Committee's open and closed minutes of February 10th, 2026.
Thank you, Mayor. Sorry about that. I have a few pieces of canary paper on my desk right now. Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Robert Cooper, that GIC 26-003 being the open session minutes of the Special General Issues Committee meeting held on Tuesday, February the 10th, 2026, item 7.11 be received and the recommendations contained therein be approved, and that the closed session minutes of the Special General Issues Committee meeting held on Tuesday, February the 10th, 2026, 12.3 be approved as presented and remain confidential.
Thanks very much. I don't see any speakers on the list. I would ask Councillor Clark to take the chair, though I'd like to just make one quick comment overall on the minutes of the discussions that we had in this regard. And
Mike, there you go.
Thank you. Just to say once again, I think on behalf of everyone, thank you to the Auditor General for the report that he provided, the fulsome discussion that was had both in camera and in public, and to the city staff who've made some commitments around moving forward and acknowledging that while this was very innovative and a different kind of effort and project, that there are some things that the Auditor General recommended and they're going to go forward with implementing. And so I just wanted to say thank you and make note of that. I'll take back the chair.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much then. So can we go to the electronic vote, please, on these items if there are no further speakers, and there are not. And that carries 15 to 0. Thanks very much. We have no items for consideration, so then we are on to motions. So 9.1, amendment to the council decision of October 8th, 2025, respecting item 8.5 of the October 3rd, 2025 Planning Committee minutes, PLC 25-013, PED 24-173A, transit-oriented corridor expansion, city-initiated official amendment and zoning bylaw amendment for lands located at Upper James Street between Lincoln M. Alexander Parkway and Christopher Drive, Ward 8. Councillor Kretsch, would you please present your motion?
Thanks very much. It's 17 pages long, and so I won't read it. Spare everybody the reading of everything about it. Really and truly, this is the world's most boring amendment, and it's not mine, by the way. City staff approached me and said, hey, we made a small clerical error. It is about crossing out Roman numeral 5, including Roman numeral 6, and then including something subsection 4, Roman numeral 4, by removing special exception number 724. That's pretty much it. I was asked to do this because I was the original mover of the motion, and that's what happens here when there's a clerical thing to be made. They reach out and say, hey, can you do it? So it's happening in Ward 8, but it's not exciting. It's just a clerical amendment. So I don't have a seconder. Anybody? Okay, I see.
Councillor Nan, thank you.
Councillor Nan, thank you so much. That's it.
Okay. Any speakers to this housekeeping amendment that is just to clean up some errors, clerical errors? Seeing none, we'll go to the electronic vote, please. That carries 15 to 0. Thanks very much, everyone. We're now on to 9.2, the Canadian Businesses for Team Canada temporary extension of hours for liquor sales. Councillor Francis, would you please present your motion? Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, Mayor Horvath. It's moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Tom Jackson. And this is an updated version. The therefore was revised by the legal department, and just basically one word that's changed from nationally significant to municipally significant. There's a couple whereases that were changed, but I'll read it all out so everyone knows the minor changes here. But is whereas the 2026 Winter Olympic Games will take place in Milano Cortina, Italy, resulting in many Olympic events being broadcast during early morning hours in Ontario due to the time difference. Whereas restaurants, bars, and hospitality establishments in Hamilton benefit from opportunities to host patrons for major international sporting events, whereas pursuant to Section 79(1) of the Liquor License and Control Act, which authorizes the City of Toronto to pass bylaws extending the hours of sale of liquor in all parts of the city by licenses of a license to operate liquor consumption premises, the City of Toronto has, by bylaw, extended the hours of alcohol sales and service in the City of Toronto beginning at 6 a.m. between February 5th and February 22nd, 2026 to allow the public and local cafes and restaurants to enjoy and benefit from the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Olympics, whereas the Liquor License and Control Act does not grant the City of Hamilton similar authority to pass bylaws extending the hours of sale of liquor in Hamilton, and whereas the Liquor License and Control Act does permit the registrar of the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario to specify the hours during which liquor can be sold and served during events of provincial, national, or international significance and events of municipal significance that have been designated as such by the Council of the municipality. Therefore, be it resolved, A, that the City of Hamilton hereby deems the 2026 Winter Olympic Games from February 11, 2026 to February 22, 2026, inclusive as an event of municipal significance. B, that Hamilton City Council requests the Register of the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario provide a blanket extension of the hours of sale and service of liquor beyond the normal hours of operation beginning at 6 a.m. to liquor licensed businesses located in the city of Hamilton for the duration of the 2026 Winter Olympic Games from February 11, 2026 to February 22nd, 2026, and C, that the city clerk be directed to forward the request to the registrar of the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario. And I'll just speak to this very briefly, Mayor. This motion, if approved by council and subsequently by the AGCO, gives Hamilton restaurants and pubs the voluntary option to open a few hours earlier during the 2026 Winter Olympics, specifically during the men and women's hockey games, so fans can go out there and watch Team Canada together. Something that I'm going to look forward to, and I've heard from several business owners. I was recently at the End Zone Bar and Grill, and the owner there has said that they would benefit from this, and they're excited about the idea over the next couple of weeks. I've also heard from the Village Restaurant in my own ward on the exact same thing, possibly serving mimosas during breakfast while Team Canada is on, and folks are there coming together to cheer on Canada. And because of the time difference in Italy, there's up to 8 men's and women's games over the next 2 weeks, including key matchups and medal rounds. The game times are to be announced still. That will air between 6 and 9 a.m. For local businesses, they've told me they want this opportunity to serve during that window. February, as everyone knows, is one of the slower months for our local businesses. So this provides a short, targeted economic boost at no cost to the city. This is a temporary, event-specific, and it does not extend into the late night hours. It does not permanently change the policy. Participation is entirely voluntary, and the AGCO retains full approval and oversight, and the authorization ends when the games end. So looking forward to cheering on our country no matter what time of day it is, and like your red shirt there, Mayor, I looked for a red tie today.
I wore this for your
motion.
motion.
Oh, thank you. There you go.
Okay, thanks, Councillor Francis. We have a speakers list starting. Councillor Kassar, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor Horvath. Certainly excited about the Olympics every 2 years. I'm following along very closely, so I can appreciate that. Just a couple questions. Are there criteria, or what are the criteria for a municipally significant event?
I guess I would look to legal for that, what the definition of municipally significant event would be. Please go ahead.
Through the chair, I don't have that information at my fingertips, but happy to circle back around and confirm that. I can do that by way of an email update if that's helpful.
Okay, yeah, thanks. More pertinent then is what's the process, assuming this motion is approved? This needs to go to the registrar of the Alcohol and Gaming Commission, is what I read in this, if that's like confirmation in that, because we're already about halfway through the Olympics, so the timing is kind of late to have maximum benefit. So what is the administrative process, assuming council ratifies this? Where does it go, and what's the earliest opportunity then for businesses to benefit should they choose?
Thanks, Councillor Kassar. I'll go to Clerk Trenum for that.
Thank you, Mayor, and through you. So we'll send this notice to the AGCO. I also don't have the exact definition of municipally significant event up and available. However, it is a requirement for AGCO for extension of certain special permits and licensing within Ontario, separate from what the process is in the City of Toronto, which is a little bit different in a motion you might have seen otherwise. Right. So with this declaration, we advise them that the municipality has declared this a municipally significant event, which allows them to follow the special permit process. So individual businesses can do so and apply for those extensions or changes to their current license within that period.
Councillor Kassar?
Yeah, so just to follow up, I'm trying to get a sense of the timing because it sounds like there's 2 steps. After council approves, then it goes to the registrar and the commission, and then businesses have to apply. So just having some familiarity with administrative processes, with a week and a half left in the Olympics, I just want to understand how we're managing expectations for businesses. Is there a reasonable expectation that this could be processed in time? Do we have any sense on each of those steps, us to the commission and then the restaurants or businesses to apply? Do we have any idea of that timing?
So through you, Mayor, my understanding is some businesses have already been working with AGCO and asking about this. There's, as have our staff, having some back and forth, understanding that this might be of interest to a number of organizations that are looking for it. Again, some businesses might only be looking at a specific day or a specific game that they'd be interested in extending their license for that particular event. And my limited knowledge is that they would be able to process a number of these, all dependent on application timing, connection with AGCO staff.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it sounds, there's a question mark, but there's some work in play, but we don't really know how long things will take. Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much. If I can just say, I would assume that because there are some active files already, there's a sense of how this gets done. And so the delay might, on this side, might not be as much as we might think because it's already underway in some instances. So any other speakers to this item? Okay, that's moved by Councillor Francis and seconded by Councillor Jackson. Can we go to the electronic vote, please? And that carries 14-1. Thanks very much. 9.2A, correspondence from Joshua Warish requesting that the motion respecting Canadian businesses for Team Canada temporary extension of hours for liquor sales, item 9.2, be withdrawn. May I have a motion to receive the correspondence from Joshua Warish respecting item 9.2, moved by Councillor Alex Wilson, seconded by Councillor Wang. Any speakers on this one? Seeing none, we'll go to the electronic vote, please. Oh, sorry, show of hands vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? That's carried. We're on to notices of motion, which there are none. We're now on to then statements by members. Members of council, any items of interest that you want to share, we'll start populating the list, and we're going to start with Councillor Tammy Wang. Councillor Wang, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I start my statement on a sad and somber note. There was a pedestrian that was struck in front of the Center on Barton at Barton and Kenilworth and has unfortunately passed. And so in our office, we are deeply saddened by this. It does speak to this past year of the snake when we've talked about pedestrian fatalities. We've talked about significant challenges when it comes to our roadway designs. We talk about how we do need to work on implementing and really following through with our Vision Zero practice and policies. So it's, I'm very saddened by this, and I do believe that this council cares very much about how we view safety and security, especially when it comes to our roadways and our sidewalks. I speak about this because I'm also speaking about something in terms of a transition. The year of the snake has been, this past year of the Lunar New Year, of the lunar previous year, has been about being analytical, introspective, deliberate with our work. It has, when we've spoken about the kind of work that we've been doing here at the City of Hamilton, we've been talking about building back better, we've been talking about, even just yesterday with our tiny homes, it is about working harder on delivering results for the City of Hamilton. It's uncomfortable, this change, but with part of the Year of the Snake, it is around recalibrating our foundations. But as we move into the Year of the Horse, the Year of the Horse, the Lunar New Year starts on February 17th. And the Year of the Horse is about energy, momentum, forward gallop, forward unity. And it is my hope that we can continue to work collaboratively together, because in the Year of the Horse, it is going to be a wild ride. We also know it's also an election year. It's also going to be challenge in that aspect. But just like a bucking horse, if you don't hold on tight, you get thrown off. But just like any type of horse analogy, moving together in unison is also going to show that strength and that unity. And also, I believe that in this council and in this chamber, we care very much about how we serve the city of Hamilton and how we serve the future city building of this city. So, council, you have seen, I wish you the best of this year of the horse. It's coming on the 17th. It's going to be a wild ride. I'm looking forward to riding it with you. So, 新年快乐，有鱼有缘. Thank you.
Gang hei fat choy. Thank you. We are now on to Councillor Tattison. Please go ahead.
February 13th through the following weekend, we have the Bimbrook Little Theater presenting Hansel and Gretel, the pantomime. So I just want to say that's happening at Memorial Hall in Bimbrook. There's lots of crowd participation. If you have a group of children that like to yell at the bad guys, this is your pantomime. You can Google Bimbrook Little Theater for information. On the 17th, up in Glanbrook, we won't be riding horses, we'll be serving pancakes at Bimbrook United Church. So it's the basically annual pancake supper, and that's from 4:30 to 7 p.m. And then we have the Victoria Order of Nurses Caregiver Education Practical Self-Care Strategies on February 23rd from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Bimbrook Library, 2800 Library Lane. It's free sessions, practical self-care strategies. And as I lower my cursor here, on Saturday, February 28th, Glanbrook Community Services is participating in Coldest Night of the Year fundraiser. It starts at 4 o'clock for check-in, 5 p.m. is the walk, and then 6 p.m. is the dinner at Belmore Elementary, 35 Pumpkin Pass in Bimbrook. Basically, we're trying to raise $20,000 for the Meals on Wheels program that serves all jurisdictions across the Hamilton Mountain. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tattison. Councillor Nan, please.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I want to say thank you to the over 60 residents who participated in person and online the Ward 3 Annual Town Hall on January 29th. Big thank you to the Morelli Center staff who helped with all the logistics and prep on site. Big shout out to the Ward 3 office team. We had the whole gamut of both our part-time and full-time and roster staff there to be able to support residents in some casework stemming from the town hall. So big thank you to that team, as well as the child care staff who helped make the meeting accessible to parents so that parents of small children could fully participate in the annual town hall while their children were adequately cared for in the Morelli Center early years space. A couple of upcoming meetings, community events and meetings. This weekend, during Family Day weekend, we have some fun activities sponsored by the Ward 3 Councillor's Office. First up is at the Morelli Center, we have an open swim taking place on Valentine's Day from 1:15 to 2:15, and then an open gym happening from 2 to 3. And then Norman Pinky Lewis Center, we have an open swim happening on Valentine's Day from 4 to 5:30. We also have a community meeting. Councillor Huang hosted one already for Ward 4 residents. Ward 3 shares the intersection of Main and Ottawa Street. And there are some significant LRT enabling works coming in for that intersection. So we want to give residents an opportunity to really understand what the construction phase is going to look like, the timing of it, to have discussions with LRT staff, to have conversations with transportation, as well as HSR, so that residents are well informed about the works that are coming up, but also serve as an opportunity to ask any questions related to some of the design considerations afterwards. We had a very detailed conversation with a Folsom staff team and some Ward 3 residents about the future of the LRT design, and recognizing at our last LRT subcommittee meeting, or several meetings back, we were presented with a 5% design. And we know that that design is going to be refined and continues to be refined based on city priorities and standards as it relates to Vision Zero, complete streets, and wholly about a detailed design that the proponents will eventually have to embark on to make sure that this artery of possibility and transformation for our community leads to true betterments for our neighborhoods. So I think it's really important for our residents to start participating in these early conversations and be at these meetings, to be well informed as this work continues to move along. And then finally, Frostbites is celebrating its Winter Theater Festival from February 20, I should say that meeting for the LRT Main Street and Ottawa Street meeting is actually happening on February 26th at the Laidlaw United Church meeting, or church space on Ottawa Street. Back to Frostbites happening February 28th to March 8th. We are co-hosting several events at the Morelli Center. Big shout out to Morelli Center staff again for that. The weekend of February 28th and March 1st, we'll see a bunch of free family programming hosted by the Frostbites Festival, and want to encourage residents to really come back out into the community. I know it's cold days. February is a great time to connect in community and share some community warmth in art, in transportation planning, and in swimming in open gyms. Thanks.
Thanks, Councillor Nan. Councillor Clark, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Just two events. I'd like to have everyone join us for a free swim at the Valley Park Pool on Valentine's Day. So you can bring your honey, but leave your Cupid's arrow at home. Saturday, February 14th, 2026, 1:45 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Come and enjoy a healthy swim with the community. And I gotta switch pages here. You rely on the computer, it doesn't always work. February 16th, Family Day. Sponsored free skate at Valley Park Arena from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. That's usually a very popular event, so we've extended it an extra hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Clark. Councillor Jackson, please go ahead.
Thanks, Mayor Horvath. I've got 5 public service announcements of 5 great events in our city happening in the next few weeks. I know your office and yourself have been big supporters of a few of these I'm going to mention, and they're all volunteer-driven. I just love supporting volunteer-driven activities and organizations. They're the heart of our city. Number 1, I'll do it chronologically. This Saturday, February 14th, is the Trenholm Bocce Valentine's Dinner Dance at Michelangelo's Banquet Hall. They traditionally get 600 out for their dinner dance of the 22 bocce clubs in our city. They're the biggest turnout for their regular fundraiser. So that's this Saturday, February 14th at Michelangelo's, and credit and thanks to the executive, Manny Vecchione, Morris Marcella, Paula Valeri, Osvaldo Tavani, and Frank Macaluso. Secondly, the Bishop's Charity Dinner is the same night at Carmen's at 5 p.m., and they traditionally get about 800 to 900 people turning out for our Bishop's Charity Dinner. And thanks to Mario, Martha, Salvatore, and their entire committee for all the great organizing they do. I'm looking forward to attending on Sunday, February 15th, Reverend John C. Holland Awards Night. It's going to be at Leuna Station again, starts at 4 p.m. It's an annual event. Congratulations to the Hamilton Black History Council, and my office was working with Saja Stiller, part of the operations team, coordinating event group that is putting on this great event. Always enjoy attending the John C. Holland Awards to recognize all the, especially young people's Black achievement in our community. Number 4, CYO dinner, Thursday, February the 26th at Carmen's again at 6 p.m. And thanks to Executive Director Brett Martin, who runs the children's program and Camp Merridale up in the Bimbrook area, a great camp for thousands of children. They've helped to develop young champions, both in life and in sports, for the future. So the CYO dinner at Carmen's on Thursday, February the 26th. And lastly, Mayor, the 5th one, Hamilton Minor Hockey Initiation Program Awards Day, Saturday, February 28th. It's all day, but I will be there handing out awards between 11 a.m. and noon at the Shidok Twin Pad Arena, the Red Rink, thanks to past President Ross Furman and Citizens President currently of the Hamilton Minor Hockey Initiation Program, our very own Councillor Mike Spadafora. It's going to be a great time, great day in our city. Thanks, Mayor Horvath.
Thanks, Councillor Jackson. Councillor Cassar, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Horvath. And similar to our colleagues, just then some announcements for activities happening this upcoming Valentine's and Family Day weekend, sponsored by the Ward 12 office on Saturday, February 14th and 15th at the Ancaster Aquatic Center from 2:45 to 4:15, both days, free open swim. I know Councillor Clark said you can bring your honey. I'm pretty sure the pool doesn't want food there, so leave your honey at home, but you certainly bring your Valentine. And then, I'm here all week, folks. And Monday, Family Day, February 16th at Morgan Firestone Arena, a free skate from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Thank you very much, Mayor Horvath.
Thanks, Councillor Cassar. Councillor McMeekin, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. Three quick notes on events. On Family Day, we will be holding our 4th free skate at the Harry Hall Arena from 1 to 3. That morning, the Rotary Club of Waterdown will be holding their annual breakfast in support of the Food for Kids, which, as you know, provides food for literally thousands of families across our great city. And on the 28th of January, the Waterdown District High School students will be holding their first, hopefully annual, art gathering. There's a lot of interest in music and the arts and crafts there, and students will be displaying their wares, and that will be through the day, most of the day. Anyone who wants to come and pick up some student artwork would be welcome to join. Thanks.
Thanks, Councillor McMeekin. Councillor Cooper, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to talk about the things I've done over the last month with respect to our community. It was a pleasure to join the LiUNA members as they celebrated their 25 to 70-year anniversaries of working for LiUNA. The people who have built our communities, the infrastructure that we enjoy, and it was an amazing event. 70 years is quite a legacy some of these members have had. And so I also want to recognize Joe Mancinelli for 50 years and Ricardo Piercy on his 40th year. I also would like to thank Greg Dunnett for hosting me, in terms of he's president and CEO of the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, and just hearing the heart of our business community, what they're going through right now, and some of the opportunities, as well as the challenges. Very difficult time for a lot of our businesses. Also want to recognize the Chamber of Commerce Business After Business event at CAC Studios. It was tremendous to get together and hear the heart of our business community. Gorley Park, one of the top events in my ward around Winterfest. They do 3 of these events a year: Pumpkin Fest, Winterfest, and the Easter egg hunt. Tremendous to see the community out, horse buggy rides. It was great. So next one up, as I said, the Easter egg hunt. I had the opportunity to attend Schlegel Village over on Upper Wentworth in Councillor Paul's ward. Excited about what this is going to mean for my ward with respect to the development on Fennel and West 5th. Just a real need in our community, and just a top-notch job by Jamie Schlegel and Mike Schmidt. So looking for great, exciting development there as that moves forward. Also like to thank Noel Contralzis and Mark Elliker for hosting me at the Hamilton Brantford Construction Trades Council. Exciting to see what they're doing in the training facility they've put in place, and just how they're supporting their members across our region, and to better understand where the construction trades are right now. Also would like to thank Alex Wallace and his wife for hosting us at the Kingsway Outreach Center and Food Bank. These people reach out and feed 1,300 households in our community. So, and I'd like to also thank Mike Keenan for his vision for the city. I had an opportunity to sit with him and really hear what he wants to do in terms of healthcare in our city, and that was excellent as well. I also just want to recognize a couple other communities. I want to recognize Stephen DeLuca in Vaughan for his 0% tax increase, and Patrick Brown in Brampton for his 0% tax increase. Affordability is a real issue in our communities. And we see that with just the number of challenging situations. We see food banks around our community, et cetera. So I just say great job to those two gentlemen.
Thanks, Councillor Cooper. I don't see anybody else on the list, so I'm just going to hand it over to Councillor Clark to share a few things. I do appreciate, as always, when councillors are deputy mayors and they help make sure they're going to some of the things that the mayor can't get to, so do appreciate that work. I want to acknowledge once again, I think I mentioned it in the past, but we're now in the midst of Black History Month, and I was honored to join community leaders, partners, and residents at the Hamilton Public Library to officially launch Black History Month in Hamilton. Thanks to the Hamilton Black History Council for their leadership year after year, and to our partners, including the HSR and the many Black-led and Black-supporting organizations who make this month possible. The launch was at the Hamilton Public Library, so again, thanks to them as well. This year's theme, Honoring Our Past, Healing Our Futures, centers Black health and wellness, recognizing the lasting contributions Black leaders have made to healthcare, while underscoring the work still ahead to ensure equity and dignity for future generations. Throughout February, Hamiltonians will see Black history honored across our city, including on HSR buses, through designation messages and new public art bus wraps by a local artist, Stilo Star, honoring a community leader, Queen C, who's been very active in the arts in our community for many, many years. Black history is not only something we look back on, it's being made every day right here in Hamilton. Hamilton Child and Family Supports and Pride Hamilton had a joint event, which was a drag brunch fundraiser for Hamilton Child and Family Supports. It was a toy drive and donation program, and I was thrilled to join Pride Hamilton on the charity drag brunch event, supporting the Child and Family Supports toy drive and their donation request. There were some great performers, so I want to say thanks to them for a fun afternoon. Organizers, everyone who attended and donated, your generosity will make a real difference for families and children across Hamilton. I also want to mention that we welcomed MPP Nina Tangri, Associate Minister of Small Businesses to the City of Hamilton to tour the Hamilton Business Centre. It was an excellent event. Monica Ciriello, our MPP for Hamilton Mountain, also joined the tour. It was a great opportunity for the Minister, the Associate Minister, to see what's happening here in Hamilton, because the government actually funds most of the programming that goes on with the Hamilton Business Centre. So congratulations to the staff for an excellent tour. It's probably important to know that this minister has attended City of Hamilton many times, and many Hamilton Day events, etc., shop local events, and it's always great to have her here. Centre de Santé Communautaire Hamilton Niagara, 12e Annual Black History Month Gala happened recently, and I was honored to join the Centre de Santé Communautaire Hamilton Niagara with Councillor Tammy Wang this past weekend for their 13th Annual Black History Month Gala, celebrating La Relève, the next generation, and the leadership, resilience, and contributions of Francophone Black communities. When we invest in the next generation, we strengthen Hamilton's future, and I wished a bon soirée to everyone. It was a lovely evening. Councillor Jackson mentioned the Bishop's Dinner, which is coming up on February 2nd, actually. Hamilton was able to welcome their new bishop in the Cathedral of Christ the King, and his Excellency is Joseph Dabrowski. So this will be the first Bishop's Dinner with Joseph Dabrowski, His Excellency, at the helm of the diocese here in Hamilton. And then, of course, also this past week on Sunday, Christ Church Cathedral, the Anglican diocese, had their 150th anniversary. And so again, congratulations to Christ Church Cathedral. It was a milestone, and I was there with the Honourable Edith Dumont, Bishop Susan Bell, and Dean Tim Dobbin, and once again want to thank them and congratulate them for being such a, not only a spiritual anchor, but such an important community partner in some of the work that they do to support the most vulnerable in our community, including things like the Cathedral Cafe and opening up to extended warming center hours when there's a cold spell. Shai Gilgis Alexander invested in TD Coliseum. I'm sure we saw all of that. Sorry, Shay. And I have to say it was big news, and I think we're all very excited about that, not only in terms of the kind of the momentum, as was mentioned by Councillor Wang, there's the horse riding away, but also it really does, I think, speak to the vitality that this facility is bringing to our community, and happy to see Shay that has joined on board for that effort. And just yesterday, I was at the John C. Munro Hamilton International Airport with Councillor Tattison that marked another milestone in the development of our amazing airport. And I'm just very quickly going to say, thanks to the airport subcommittee for all the work that you do in supporting that airport. We had the launch of Hamilton's first ever jet bridges at the airport. So in other words, you don't have to walk on the tarmac anymore. Well, in some flights you might have to. So I'm just gonna temper that temper that expectation. But we now have jet bridges, so you can go through your departures into the jet bridge and onto your plane without having to go outside. And similarly, when it comes to arrivals, all kinds of new technology in terms of the customs process, really great. Primary inspection kiosks, Nexus kiosks there. It's a smoother, more accessible travel opportunity for folks, and of course, a boost for jobs, tourism, and our economy. That lease has made a big difference in terms of the investment that it has brought to our airport, and I was very proud to have worked on that through my office and through the city staff, and great job on that, because not only did it bring investment in terms of capital, but in terms of new carriers, new passenger carriers, and of course now the expansion. It feels like a grown-up airport now. It was actually quite nice. So I encourage everybody to travel out of that airport and support our Hamilton John C. Munro International Airport. On that note, I don't see, so thank you, Councillor Clark. Can I take back
Well
the chair?
done, Mayor. The floor is yours.
Appreciate that. So I don't see any further speakers then, and so thanks very much for the statements. We are now going to go into closed session, if I'm not mistaken, and so we have a motion required for that purpose.
We do, Mayor. If you just want to do the closed session minutes from January 21st, we'll then put up the motion to go into closed.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. So 12.1 are the closed session minutes for January 21st, 2026. May I have the motion to adopt the closed session minutes of the January 21st, 2026 meeting, please, as presented? Moved by Councillor Tattison, seconded by Councillor Kretsch. For some reason, they're really liking that little get-together. So all those in favor, show of hands, please. And any opposed? That carries unanimously. Thank you. Okay, so then we are on to the next item. So this is on PED 26028, minute item 11.3 of the GIC 26002 minutes, agenda item 7.8, pursuant to section 9.3, subsections C and K of the city's procedural bylaw 21-021 as amended, and section 2392, subsection C and K of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended, as the subject matter pertains to a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land for city purposes, and a position, plan, or procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality respecting affordable housing candidate sites, wards 1 and 3. This was a motion moved by Councillor Maureen Wilson and seconded by Councillor Alex Wilson, and that's the reason for going into close. Can I just get the show of, do we need an electronic vote on this one? I think we do. Can we go to the electronic vote on the moving into camera for the reasons stated? Did I already say it? Okay. That carries 13-0. Thanks very much. Members of the public, we will be going into camera based on the reasons I cited in the motion moved by, and duly moved and seconded and carried by this council in order to consider items that require an in-camera discussion. We will be in camera for a while, so when you turn on if you are on your screens, if you're watching the council meeting, your screen will be identifying that we are in an in-camera session. As soon as that in-camera session ends, we will wait for a couple of minutes to welcome people back into the chamber physically, as well as those online to be able to join back in. And thanks for your cooperation, and we'll be back to you as soon as we're finished with this discussion. Thanks all. My cat looks exactly like Councillor Tatison's cat. Very, very similar. Tuxedo cats. That's cool. Okay, let me know when we're ready, and we'll invite folks online to come back online, and folks who are present coming back in. Okay, and so just to be reminding folks, we deferred, I believe it's 7.8 and 12.2 from GIC 26002 to following an in-camera discussion. And so that is now before us again, 7.8 and 12.2 GIC 26002, February 4th, 2026. So Councillor Clark, may I please have a motion to receive, approve the recommendations within the General Issues Committee's open and closed minutes as amended? Or just closed minutes of February 4th, 2026? Okay. Moved by Councillor Clark.
Seconded by Councillor Robert Cooper, that GIC 26002 be in the open session minutes of the General Issues Committee meeting held on Wednesday, February the 4th, 2026, item 7.8 be received, and the recommendations contained therein be approved as amended, and B, that the closed session minutes of the General Issues Committee meeting held on Wednesday, February 4th, 2026, item 12.2 be approved as presented and remain confidential.
Okay. So we have that in front of us. Do I see any speakers? I do not. So then we'll go to the electronic vote, please. Oh.
So we'll just have the
On
amendment.
Okay. Oh, sorry. That's
The closed session. Yep.
That's the amendment from Councillor Wilson on the closed session.
Yep. So I believe we have it moved still by Councillor Maureen Wilson, seconded by Councillor Alex Wilson. And I can just throw it up on the screen.
Please do. Thank you.
So this is the direction in the GIC minutes after closed session in relation to agenda item or minute item 11.3. So A is that the direction provided to staff in closed session respecting report PED 26028, affordable housing candidate sites wards 1 and 3 as amended be approved and remain confidential, that the properties as defined in the report as identified in confidential report A, report Appendix A to report PED 26028 as amended be declared surplus, and that the report and its appendices remain confidential with the exception of releasing Appendix A to report PED 26028 as amended following approval by council.
Okay, thanks very much. Don't see any speakers to the amendment. So can we vote on the amendment, please, electronically? Okay. That carries 14-0. And then I would ask if there's anything further on the reports that are in front of us for discussion or question. Councillor Tattison, please go ahead.
Just wanted to note on 13.4, it says for lands municipally known as 226 to 252 Citadella Boulevard, Glanbrook. It's actually in Ward 9, not Ward 11. I think that's a cast over from the old boundaries and just need to get that corrected. That's 13.4
13.4,
in the bylaws.
oh, in the bylaw. Okay, that, yeah, we're not quite on the bylaw yet.
Sorry,
That's
sorry.
okay. That's all right, no problem. Okay, so we are back to the GIC General Issues Committee 26002. Anything further on that then? So then we'll go to the electronic vote on that, the balance. Thumbs up by Councillor Jackson, Councillor Beatty, Councillor Cooper, Councillor Francis, Councillor McMeekin. And that carries 14-0. Thank you very much. And now we are on to the bylaws. And so I think Councillor Tattison had something on the bylaws. Did you want to, first we'll get Councillor Clark to put them on the table. Councillor Clark, may I have the motion on the bills, please? Sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. Moved by myself, seconded by Robert Cooper, that bills number 26-027 to numbers 26-035 and 26-37 to 26-040 be passed, and that the corporate seal be affixed thereto, and that the bylaws be numbered and signed by the mayor and the city clerk as follows. I think it has to be amended now, but.
Thank you so much. And can we have Councillor Tattison now, please go ahead.
Sorry for jumping the gun there. It's just 226 to 252 in 13.4. Citadella Boulevard, Glanbrook is actually in Ward 9. That's not Ward 11. I think that's a carryover from the old boundaries. Thank you.
And which bylaw specifically are you talking about?
.4.030.
Okay. 030.
Respecting removal part lot control for block 96 and 97.
Okay, do we have that? Everybody's good? All right, so then that being amended, we do a vote on that amendment? No, not needed. Housekeeping? Okay. It's not needed. That's just a housekeeping amendment. Thanks very much then. And we are now, I think, on the bylaw, sorry. All those in favor, let's go to electronic vote. For those who are not voting electronically, we have Councillor Francis, Councillor Jackson, Councillor Beatty, Councillor Cooper, Councillor McMeekin twice, and those are all thumbs up. Thanks very much. That carries 14-0. There being no further business, folks, this meeting is now adjourned. Thanks for your time and attention. Happy Family Day. We'll see you in a couple of days.